Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the very first cast of the Whiskers channel. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. You're going to see today one of my first games that we're going to cast. So, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Today, it's going to be a game of ZVP, little Zerg versus Protoss here. In the lower right-hand corner, we have myself, Team Try StarCraft. That's what we want you to do on this channel. And in the top left, because I'm dyslexic, is Dude of Rock, random ladder player. So this is me playing ladder, which is something that I highly recommend everyone do. So hopefully by watching me, you can see exactly how non-threatening it is and maybe try it out yourself, maybe get a little bit of ideas of how to do certain builds and, risk it all in the name of glory, as it were. So really early on, we're going to look at some of the builds that we use, some basic counters and things like that, some basic mistakes. And trust me, there will be plenty of mistakes that I will do for you every single day that you watch. So if you ever wanted to laugh at someone playing a video game, you're more than welcome to tune in every time I post a video. Anyway, so we have here an early scout. Not really much going on here. He's actually too early to see anything that's happening. You'll notice my spawning pool is going to go down here in just a moment. 15 supply mark, not too shabby, not difficult, not abnormal. There are words. They mean things, and I'm going to use them. And as you can see, our friend up here has built his first gateway. So, not, wow, abnormal. We're going to say abnormal one more time, because I can't think of a better word for abnormal. Anyone? Bueller? Getting cocky here. Going to steal some minerals and run away with them. But I do manage to scout out that there is a gas, an early gas, actually. So I'll hang around here for a little bit to see what this gas is going to be used for. Is it going to be used for some sort of mothership core, or is it going to be used for just warp gate? You shouldn't get too worried about Protoss taking their gas early. It's fairly common on many of their builds. And as we can see, he's got he's got a cyber core, a gateway, and he'll probably grab another gateway here ever so soon. What we're looking to see is if the cyber core goes into production, and not yet. Oh, there it goes. I actually missed that, but it can be assumed since they had a cyber core. As you can see, he's chrono boosting out warp gate research, which means he's going into basically a 4-gate play, one base 4-gate play. So gonna drone up, chrono boost out some drones, get their drones on that gas. In the meantime, our Zerg player, who, by the way, failed miserably at getting his queen out in time, yeah, that's me, and getting his drones in gas. Two things you should learn is, one, get your queens out, and number two, get your drones in the gas. As you may have seen in my sizzle trailer, inject, inject, inject. This is what Zerg do. If you forget to inject, you will be behind unless you have like a million hatcheries, which if you have a million hatcheries, you've already won anyway. As you can see, my first base is fairly saturated, 17 workers and 3 on gas, so we have our 18th, and hopefully our second base is going to get saturated up really quickly here. I built a couple of lings just for safety. I was a little concerned about the fact that there wasn't a second base. One base pay. Wow, can't speak today. One base play is not unheard of. It's fairly common, especially with a 4-gate. As you can see, he's staggering his gates. This is also something, if you play Protoss, this is a good idea. If you've ever heard the term an Artosis pylon, as coined not by, but because of the famous player Artosis, he left, I think it was 4 of his gates powered by one pylon, which then got depowered. So don't do that. Always have at least 2 pylons within range of as many buildings as you can. And as you can see here, he's got the 2 pylons. He's also using them to warp in units, which is very helpful. And up here you can see he's got his 4th up here being powered by 2 as well. We see a Twilight Council, and I think shortly we'll also see a Dark Shrine. Now, the Dark Shrine is fairly common in the low tiered plays. We're looking at a gold game here. So what you can expect from players is, a little bit of cheese. Now, in pro level play, a Dark Templar rush would happen A, a lot sooner, and B, probably not succeed because players are looking out for that kind of stuff. In lower level play, how many of us get observers? How many of us put down observing structures? Not many of us. I think actually during this game, what you'll see is that I actually scouted this, which is exactly what you want to do, is send out a scout. I think it was around the 10-minute mark, or nope, here it goes. He's heading in right now. I realized that I hadn't seen any units up yet, which means one of two things. He's either building up a huge army and is planning to rush me, and as you can see, this isn't that huge of an army. We're looking at, let's see the units tab, we're looking at 4 zealots and 7 stalkers. I, of course, have way overcompensated, not for anything particular, at 22 Zerglings, which with speed is crazy, can take pretty much this force, maybe about equal. But as you can see, my Overlord here is flying into the rescue. He's going to fly right over here. He's going to spot the Twilight Council. Fairly certain I spotted the Dark Shrine as well, but I definitely spotted the fact that he's got all 4 of these warp gates before he takes me out. And I also still know that he only has 1 base. So I'm here on 2 bases, fully saturated, or almost fully saturated. Don't do this, folks. This is 12. You need at least 17, preferably 18. 24 is the max. In case you didn't know, Heart of the Swarm added this wonderful feature for you. And remember, inject, inject, inject. So here we're going to see, I've already put down a Roach Warren. I put it down at 7 minutes. It's about right for if you're going to be focusing on roaches. I dropped down an Evo chamber as well and started researching my +1 missiles immediately. I'm a little swimming in minerals right now since he hasn't really made me lose any of them. I did spot that Dark Shrine, by the way. Here you can see I dropped down Spore Crawler. If you don't know, Spore Crawlers are a detector unit, meaning you're not slightly cloaked. Your very cloaked Dark Templars can't really do anything about it because they'll be observed and immediately get killed by any surrounding forces. You do see a Proxy Pylon over here. He planned to do quite a bit of damage with these, and had I not spotted that shrine, I'm sorry, the Dark Shrine, I would have been royally screwed, which would have sucked. Got a little Overlord hanging out here in the middle. I think I sent him there for funsies. Not the best placement for Overlords, by the by. There are better places to put them. Over here in the chasm. That way you can try to dodge melee units. If they come from this angle, you can go down this way. If they come from this angle, you can run away that way. It's best to try to save as many of your units as you can. And here you see a very quick, sneaky attack for those DTs. Now, those DTs are not upgraded, and I wasn't quick enough to spot them because I'm silly. But he didn't notice that I had a Spore Crawler, which is, fairly normal. And there we go. He managed to do the damage that he came to do, which was make me take out the hatchery. Now, he didn't get any of my drones, and because I have this macro hatch, well, they don't have to travel that far. And I am doing quite well in the minerals field. I also have quite a bit of roaches at this point who are upgraded to +1, and they also have their movement, I believe, is already done, yes. And they're already working on +2. So with my bases fully saturated, even though one is kind of long-distance mining here, I'm still in a better position. As you can see with it by the Units tab, 126 versus his 71. I believe we decide to move out quite shortly here. I do, since I know that we'll be moving out into his territory and can't take my beautiful little Spore Crawlers with me, that we will be taking some Overseers. Are they Overseers? I'm bad. bad at names. Overseers. Yes, Overseers are detectors. They are fun. So my Speedlings, which are basically throwaway units at this point, will scout up ahead, see that he's got, a moderate army, but they also see that he's got no upgrades. This one poor Archon is going to get focused down really quickly in a minute. I swear. I swear I'm not this terrible. But with Roaches taking out this base and the Overseers keeping any DTs from giving trouble, and the fact that they are about to pop with +2. Let's see how long that's... Oh, that just happened. So with that, this unit's composition will not stand a chance. And I got more reinforcements on the way, and he has stopped producing entirely. This would be the time to warp in units. He's got minerals. Zealots would at least hold this off for a little bit. And, at that point, he just GG's out. Doesn't even say GG. Hey, pro tip of the day, everyone, and I swear, Husky, if you're listening, I didn't steal that from you. Other people say it too, but I'll promise to try not to say it again. A good tip for today is to say GG, be nice, be awesome to everyone. The point of StarCraft is to have fun. If you're not having fun, don't play. But I hope you've enjoyed it. This is the first of many. A couple of things that if you want to participate, I would love to cast your games. Send them to whiskerssc2@gmail.com. I filtered that, so unless there's something StarCraft related in it, it's going to go into the trash. I'm sorry. I love you all. But if you want me to review your games, I'll pick the good ones, and anything that we can learn from it, if I can learn something from it, if you guys can learn something from it, it will be awesome, and we'll have a lot of fun together. I also hope to grab some of the recent WCS replays as they become available later in the month. I believe they said they're going to start releasing the qualifiers, and I'll cast some of my personal favorite players. Now, some of them didn't even make it into WCS. It doesn't have to be the best for it to be your favorite. So keep playing, keep staying awesome, and I swear I'll come up with better closings and openings for these as time progresses. So I love you all, and have a great evening.